Nema, first, those U.S. drones flying over Baghdad. What can you tell us about that?
Well, they are operating in a capacity to protect the U.S. military advisors who have now arrived and begun their work, we understand, Relitza. The main operational objective, first and foremost, is a intelligence of the situation on the ground. The U.S. officials tell us that they know that there are some 10,000 ISIS fighters spread between Iraq and Syria, but they don't know precisely where they are, and that's going to be one of the first and most important tasks to undertake here. Ironically, they'll be sharing those skies with Iranian manned and unmanned flights, who are also undertaking their own intelligence assessment of the situation on the ground, also feeding that into the Iraqi government. But if there's one message that we have heard continuously, whether it was from the U.S. Secretary of State, John Kerry, or from the British Foreign Secretary, who is today in that Kurdish autonomous region, it is that there is a need for unity to fight back this ISIS threat, that if the actors here don't find a way to unite across the ethnic divide, that any military gains are not going to be sustainable. So that's the backdrop against which the Kurdish president has made this announcement, really. So, and it's an announcement that's not going to rest very well with the government here in Baghdad. The Kurdish president is right in saying that they've been waiting a long time, over a decade, for a referendum on that disputed oil-rich city of Kirkuk, but it does smack slightly of opportunism to take this moment in time to claim Kirkuk after the Iraqi army withdrew. It paints a quite pessimistic picture, to be frank, Relitza, because this is a time when all the actors on the ground need to really come together, because the ISIS threat is very much a present one, and it's moving more and more towards these irregular tactics in population areas, and it's not a threat that is limited to either Baghdad or to Mosul. It is a threat that is across Iraq, and that's why so many people here are telling Iraq that the Iraqis need to come together and face that, Relitza.